Where's Callisto Protocol? Look, I really wanted to do Callisto Protocol for a series. I was really hyped about it. A successor to Dead Space, a spiritual successor. No one was more excited about that game than I was. But first of all, they weren't giving out codes until the game released, and they weren't allowing reviews until the game was released, which are two major red flags immediately. Whenever a game developer, no, I mean, not always. Sometimes it can turn around, and sometimes it's just for spoiler reasons, for like massive games. But when they don't give out codes or they don't let reviews come out until the game is out, that usually means something is wrong with the game, or they're worried about the scores and they're like, let's just try and get as many sales as we can and then bring it out, whatever. There's a lot of like politics that go on behind the scenes for it. And that was already like, okay, I don't know. And then I woke up and all the reviews were out and they were all like, yeah, this game runs like absolute garbage and it's also not that fun. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And I booted it up. I started recording it and everything. And then the game ran like absolute dog shit, which was already bothering enough. And then like an hour into the game, it just wasn't fun. I thought the characters were kind of dull. I wasn't interested in the story at all. Like the gameplay itself was like Dead Space, but not as tight and as fun as Dead Space. I really didn't like the melee combat that was in the game. It was either too repetitive or it just didn't work at all. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and instead of doing it for a series, because I was like, well, if I'm not enjoying it, then what's the point of uploading it? I'm not going to do stuff that's just for the sake of it, even if people are kind of excited about it or whatever, because if I'm not having fun, it's just going to be a really boring series, and why would I do that? So I played it in my spare time, and I finished it, and I didn't like it, and I feel like that's fair. I think it's like a 6 out of 10 type of game. There's so much potential in it. I will say the audio design and the visuals are some of the best that came out this year. The visuals are fucking nuts. I can't believe that that's an Unreal Engine 4 game. It looked so good. The animations are all like top of the line, like the best in the business. You can tell they put a lot of love and effort into that to make it look as good as it did. Sound design was top notch as well. Their audio and visual team are like some of the best in the business. But if it's not fun to play, then it's just not that fun at the end of the day. I didn't care for the story. I thought the story was really boring, and then it ended and I was like, that went nowhere. And I didn't like it. And I just wasn't having fun with it, so I decided not to do a series on it. I just wouldn't have been having fun. I would have been nitpicking a lot, and it's just not fair on the developers to have a series where you bring so much attention to the game and then kind of like be harsh on it. I just don't think that's fair.